Yes, we are live. Welcome, everyone. This is Yogi Speaks live session number 43. So, this is our last Yogi Speaks for the year. So, we are getting ready to send to 2025 back and inviting 2026. So, welcome, everyone. So, let's begin. Our first question for today, if any of you are watching this live on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, you can join our WhatsApp group. You can also send the questions in the comments. All right, so first question for today from Vijay sir. Namaste. I have a question that could you explain how the mantra chanting influence on one, how it works, what changes it makes, and in which body?
Namaste. Yes, now we are entering into a new year. So 2025 is saying bye-bye and we are inviting 2026. Everybody, I'm wishing you, everybody, a very peaceful and prosperous 2026. So the question, how mantra chanting affect and in which dimension it is affecting. Mantra is vibration. The whole material world, what we experience as this world is only vibration. Vibration of atoms. When atoms vibrates in different dimensions, the different worlds, material worlds will be manifested. So that's why our ancient tradition declared this, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. The manifested world or the molecular world is Mithya. It's an illusion because like waves in the ocean, when the pressure comes or applied on water, there will be a rise and fall on water. The reality is water. But once it manifests with a certain shape, we say it's a small ripple, then it is a medium wave, or it's a gigantic wave. But waves are temporary manifestation of the water due to pressure variation. Same way, this material world is vibrations, which we don't know what is vibration. Mind never understands what the fundamental vibration behind this material world. Mind can deal with matter, but it cannot go beyond mind. So anyhow, masters could go beyond the limitations of the senses. That's what they say, Chittavritti Nirodha Yoga. Just arrest the functions of the mind, then experience the reality. So they experienced it and they tried to repeat and record for the coming practitioners. What they found is different vibrations. Mananat trayate iti mantra. Manana means focused mind. The analysis with a focused mind is called manana. Trayate means elimination. So once your mind is focused on a matter, that matter's identity will change. Again, you may feel it is little bit, confusing, but reality is always confusing. Clarity is only in experience. Explanation is based on confusion. This is what now quantum physics also reaching to the point. Double slit experiment. If you get a chance to go through the Google and find out the double slit experiment, it is proving that the electrons are passing through certain channel and it is making an image on a screen, and once it is observed, the pattern is changing. So this is what our master said. When mind is focused and a molecule is observed, that molecule or that the fundamental matter will change its existing form. So if I look towards myself, I know my body and I have a mind. Body is made of 5 elements, fundamental molecules. I focus my mind on the fundamental molecules from which my body is made, that the nature of the molecule will change. Then I will experience that I am nothing but the vibrations. Then what is the vibration? That should be experienced. So here, like chanting the mantra or reciting or meditating on a mantra, how it will work. You take a transistor radio, just see it, nothing is there. Just switch on. Sound will be there, howling sound will be there. Then you slowly tune it. When you start changing, then you will feel that, or you can hear nice music or informations from the radio. So actually radio doesn't hold any information. From where the informations are coming? It is coming from different broadcasting centers. They are in nature through or in the medium of subtle vibrations, which we don't know. When the radio is tuned, get connected to certain vibrations, then it is captured. Then the radio can repeat or reproduce what had broadcasted from the broadcasting center. Same way, when we meditate, when we chant a particular mantra, it is a fundamental vibration, one of the countless vibrations in nature. So masters heard it, and they heard the mantra in their deep meditation. It is, I can say, a technical term we have to use a lot to understand. It may be an ultrasound, which is not audible for our ears, but they heard with their sixth sense. Then what did they do? They amplified it. They made it audible. They brought into syllables. Then they asked us to recite it. Om Hreem Namah Shivaya. Om Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So like that, many mantras are there. See, like as a child, when I was going or introduced to the first letter in my life, Om Hari Shri Ganapataye Namah. I didn't know what was happening, but still I can feel the reverberation in my mind of my father. First time I was hearing, I was sitting on the lap of my father, and he chanted that. And in a vague way, or like a childish way, I might have recited that. But later, whenever I take a child for introducing the world of letters, I make the child sitting on my lap and hold its little finger and say Om Hari Shri Ganapataye Namaha. When I do that, I can feel the presence of my father, how it is engraved in the depth of my memory. So what is happening? Vibrations can make certain scars in our memory storage. So when we chant the mantra, we will be connected to the invisible sources of, or the broadcasting centers of these vibrations. It's like a tuning fork. You keep one tuning fork one side of or one corner of a room, and keep another tuning fork on the other corner. Then you bang on one tuning fork, it will make a vibration like that. Then after some time you will come to know the other tuning fork, which is kept on the other side, will capture that sound. That also will vibrate and produce that sound. This is how mantras are working. When I recite a particular mantra, Om Kayela Krim Hasaka Hala Krim Sakala Krim Shrim. Actually, it should not be recited externally. It's in the mind. Once the mind start, rotating or trapped into that vibration, keep repeating, that will increase the intensity of the vibration. Slowly, it will go to the subtle level and capture the similar vibrations from the surroundings. Definitely, you will feel, and I can assure you that we feel we are connected to some invisible sources around us. This is how masters, our Indian traditional music system, they developed 72 fundamental ragas, 72 fundamental vibrations through which you can trigger your brain or to influence your neuroreceptors and modulators. Once the neurons are codified with certain vibrations, it can get connected to the other sources in nature. It's like there is a raga called Mohana, one among 72 ragas. It's a Janya raga, but again we can say it once it produces that sound, particular vibration, if you focus your mind on that, you will feel little ecstasy and you will get tears. And if you focus on Buhari, another raga, that vibration can make you slightly sad and dull. So this external sounds can make some changes in our brain, and that will produce certain hormones. Based on that hormones, you will feel your emotions will be the consequences of the production of hormones. So this is the play of vibrations. So mantras are repeated within, and that will shift itself into certain subtle vibrations. Once that vibrations reach, gain certain intensity, that will capture similar vibrations outside, and we will feel the link between the visible and an invisible existence. This is how mantras are working. Either you keep in mind like a transistor radio, which is being tuned with the broadcasting centers, or two tuning forks kept on both sides of the room, and how it is being connected. This is how mantra works. And second part of the question, which dimension it works? It works mostly in all dimensions. It will affect the Annamaya Kosham, our material dimension, Pranamaya Kosham, our energy dimension, Manomayam. It will affect the mind. It will then affect the subtle level, Vijnanam. Vijnana means the link between or the space between the spiritual world and the mental world. So it's a transformation. From unmodified state of energy, it is being converted into your mind. The gap between, the space between the unmodified state and the modified state, mind, is Vijnana. So there also it is influencing. And of course, everything is the manifestation of that higher energy, which is incomprehensible. So mantra will work in all planes. And visibly, it will be affecting the mind and prana.
Thank you, Guruji. So as a start to 2026 New Year resolution, what daily practice would you recommend to build awareness to achieve true inner peace?
In between, I have explained about a method of meditation which I call Archana. Traditionally, it is called Siddha Pranayamam or Sushumna Shwasam. Siddha Pranayamam means the mind will be focused through the medium of breath, and that breath will be connected to inhalation and exhalation. So as you inhale, your mind should be in the thyroid gland area, Granthi. Then along with the inhalation, your mind should be shifted to the medulla oblongata. From medulla oblongata, it should be taken to the pineal or pituitary gland area. That is the inhalation. So as we do an archana to the god, how we take a flower and offer, it should be offered with your inhalation. Then exhalation start from here. It will go from here back to the medulla. From the medulla, it will be dropped to the coccyx, sacral plexus. So if you do that, then nothing else to be done. There was a master, very famous master in Kerala called Narayana Guru. He used to write many poems praising different gods. Actually, he didn't want to write anything, but many disciples used to go and sit with this master and try to get new ideas about spiritual dimensions. So some people will be very happy getting some poems on Lord Shiva. Then he will write some lyrics on Lord Shiva and give to them. Somebody will be very happy with the goddess Lakshmi. Then he will write a poem on goddess Lakshmi. But some people used to go to this master and ask, Master, we are not interested in the limited forms of God. We want to know the unlimited reality, which is beyond name and form, the real God, the omnipresent God. See, omnipresence means it is infinity. Infinity cannot have a shape. Whether it is universal shape, it is limited. So infinity never have a border. So to these people, he wrote a book called Admo Upadesha Shatakam. Shatakam means 100 slokas, 100 verses he wrote. And in that he was explaining everything, the essence of all Vedas, Upanishad, Puranas, Vedangas, everything as the condensed form of the spiritual tradition he gave within this 100 verses. One among them is Manamalar Koida. It is written in Malayalam. A person who knows how to offer his prana as an archana, as an offering to God, no need to do any other job in his life as far as the spiritual practice is concerned. You know how it is? You have to breathe from here, grace here, drop here, inhalation. Then exhalation, start from the center of eyebrows, moving back to the spinal cord, and it is being dropped to the coccyx. If you do nothing else to be done as far as Narayana Guru's instruction is concerned. Second thing, if you go to any tradition, real tradition, everybody used to tell meditation is the only method or path through which you can gain or reach to the target. All other things are preparing you to get into meditation. So as a person who is entering into 2026, we already developed our material science into the peak. Now it can reach to the quantum physics, which is the conclusion of Advaita philosophy. So the material growth is almost completed. Now what do you have to do? Connect to the material world or material plane of consciousness with our spiritual necessity. What do you have to do? Only meditation through this traditional form and integrate your modern scientific world or the material world with the spiritual reality. This is what we have to do in 2026.
Thank you, Guruji. So the next question, what practices dissolve ego conflicts in personal relationships?
Ego is an emission, a projection of our matter and the mind, the limited manifestation. I have a body, it is limited. So when I have limitations, I will feel little bit, unhappy with my limitation. And the body never listens my commands. It is very, very interesting to look. I don't want to feel hungry because it's very difficult to search for food. Yes, body will say, sorry, I need food. I have no other option. I should work hard for getting food. When I eat, then I feel, oh, I have to take rest little because it should be digested. Then the external temperature is high. I dressed up very well and I put some fragrance and everything. Then the temperature, risen up. Then I started sweating. Why? I could have told my body, hey, don't sweat right now. Sorry, body will say the temperature is high. It started sweating. Then nothing is under our control in the body. Then mind. Everybody knows I have a mind. But can you ever, or have you ever seen your mind is under your control or it is behaving the way you like, at least even 1 second? No. So the mind and body are limited and not in our control. And so long as we work with the tools which are not under our control, and we are restless and unhappy. That is how our ego is being evolved. So our feeling of I, me, and mine is completely depending on two limited things as body and mind beyond our control. So the clash is already there, and I am not happy with myself. The two people who are not happy within the self coming together, what will happen? And I see another person. Both are equally disturbed. But I don't want to, admit that I am disturbed. And I will just have a smile and say, oh, how are you? Then the other person also thinking like me. And he is also disturbed within, but he wants to pretend that he is very happy. And he needs an approval from me that he is happy. This is what we are expecting each other, which is not real. So what else will be remain other than a clash? But if I am happy within, and that person, I am not in need of somebody's approval that I am happy and contented, then that person may say that, oh, you are good for nothing, you are restless. If I am happy, I will say, thank you for your comment, because I don't want his approval, because I am fully settled within. So, ego clash is happening through millions of ways. If we try to find out in which dimension or which level, which cause the ego is clashing, means it is countless. So what do we have to do? We want to go beyond the ego clashes. First, we should eliminate our limited ego. There is a prayer in Malayalam. The disciple is asking or requesting to God, hey God, I don't want my limited ego. But if you give me an ego, give me a universal ego. So what is happening? If you are universally strong, it is unlimited. When you understand the unlimited reality of your existence, you are not ready to fight with a limited ego. The clash is between equals. Suppose one small parrot is coming and sitting near you. Will you be scared? You will feel so happy, and you may touch. If the parrot is very comfortable, you can love that parrot, and you can give something, so you feel happy. Instead of that, a vulture is coming and it is so scary. Will you be very happy with that? No. Why? Because you are a bit scared. You are worried about your safety. So when parrot came, you were not very worried about the safety because it's too small for you. But the vulture is little bit big and it can be dangerous. Same way, when a person comes to you, you feel you are equal to that person or you are inferior to that person, then there can be a clash. But if you feel you are what you know, you feel that I am the unlimited reality, I am the omnipotent, aham brahmasmi, then you enjoy that omnipotence. And a small person came and said, I will challenge you. You will look at him, he smile. You know why? Because he is too small to compete with you, because your mind is universally spread. This is how we have to handle with the ego. Limited ego will always be comparing with others and waiting for others' approval for their existence and happiness. But unlimited ego is not bothered about others' appreciation or acceptance. So this problem was there from the beginning. That's why masters said, you are not a mere mortal. You are immortal. Shranandu Vishwe Amradasya Putra. Hey, children, don't think that you are mortal. You are not simple molecules. You are immortal energy. Amradasya Putra. You have the potential of experiencing the infinity. So practice that. First, go beyond the matter, the body. Then reach to the plane of mind. Then go beyond the mind. Then once you reach beyond the dimension of matter and mind, you will come to know who you are. Then you will say, Aham Brahmasmi. I know everything. I am the reality. This is what is ego and how to develop the limited ego to the universal ego.
Thank you, Guruji. So that's the end for today. Thank you everyone for your awesome questions, and we will be back again on Friday, Jan 2nd, morning at 10:30 a.m. Thank you.